Welcome back, people. Your boy Doomcard, elusive, back with another topic that we talk about, privately, and we don't see a lot of people covering. That's our collection rules, right? Stuff that we've used along our process in collecting, specifically Marvel too. And for me, like
Mhm.
I started doing the character collector. I'm gonna get one of each. Go crazy. Go full Norn.
The
Shout
Norn
out
route.
Sketch Car Hive.
Mhm.
I don't know how he's still doing it, but it got
He calls
crazy.
it the pre-man. What does he
Pre-back,
call it?
I love
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because I can stop. See,
Mhm.
when you're down in the sickness, you need to stop and put. You always got to have that back in your head. Look, this is a nice title for me to stop, and I can feel good about myself. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I respect that, and I'll probably use that. Norm, shout out to you. Um, but yeah, man. So when I started collecting Dooms, it was base cards, one of each, case toppers. If he was in the little corner,
Yeah, you were
wherever
doing that was your Finding Waldo days, dog.
oh, see, and I enjoyed that because I enjoyed the research. So you get a lot of
Mhm.
knowledge from these sets. Oh, first of all, it has to be artwork that I love. If there's a Doom card out there that I'm not feeling like I believe it's the 1993 Marvel Universe. I'm not just gonna buy, spend
Correct.
$120 for that in the PSA 10.
And by the way, to pause you there, I think that's what you gained from the first experience of trying to go the Norn route. You get to find out, yeah, I got all these Doom cards, but I don't love all the Doom cards,
Precisely. Yeah.
especially the artwork. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to see the whole scope, which was the original point. I want to see Doom through the ages, but then I can really focus on cards that I cherish from there.
Mm.
So this is one of them. It's a base card from 91 MU. I like the artwork. And like we said, these are overpopulated, so a PSA 10, you know?
Mhm.
And I believe this was it between like 100 and 125, something like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Um, Inserts, right? When it comes down to inserts, because they're harder to pull, there's gonna be less of them graded. Um, I don't mind getting nines
Right.
on inserts. And even I consulted with you, like even collecting the stuff. Should I grab a nine,
Mhm.
hold it because it's gonna be at a cheap price right now.
Mhm.
And if a 10 pops up, then I could upgrade later. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, you did that with the Gold Sig.
Gold Sig too. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Had 7 and I upgrade to 8. Yeah. And that, across inserts. Now, some of those inserts are crazy where you can't find like I won't have a double jambalaya. Like it's gonna be tough for me, but you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't have 20 G's to throw. And then when it comes to parallels, this is what I was trying to do every single parallel and have it graded. Maybe not the base card, but at
Yeah.
least like the numbered stuff graded. Quickly, just jump. I knew that I couldn't keep up, so I'm just gonna go for the rarest one. If
Well,
I,
first you skipped
mm,
one part, right? First you
mm,
said I'm gonna do the rainbow, and then you went to I'm gonna color match, and I'm only gonna go with the
color
green.
match, yeah,
Mhm.
color match was the next one where I could go green,
Mhm.
but then the green PMG from 2013 is gonna be unattainable and kind of ruin that whole thing. I want everything to line up. So I ended up trying to go for the highest, the most rare version parallel.
Mhm.
In this case, would be the diamond on the right. Um, but within your budget, it could be the ruby out of 50 is tough.
Yeah, it could be the sapphire, just the quote
Just
unquote like the refractor of the base.
especially in the
Mhm.
future when we know these cards are going to be ghost cards. You're not going
Mhm.
to see those. Um, and
Yeah,
that's it. Just getting the rarest one of each parallel, whatever version that is.
yeah.
And then this is like going back to my crazy character collector.
Mhm.
I can play in this area because few people are looking at this stuff. But if it includes Doom's name in a comic card,
Mm,
And a comic cut, I'm trying to school him, right?
yeah.
I you find some where he's featured on there, like his artwork, but those are tougher, way tougher to get.
And this
And
is like for people that really want to hunt. You
oh
know what
yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah, and then also it's just like unique, right? Like
mhm.
I get to include other characters that don't fit my character collection,
Mhm.
but I get to sneak them in because it says Doom on there. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
so that that's my approach to the comic cuts and overall for a character collector. That's the approach that I've taken since starting, and it's evolved. And I've had to let go of pieces and regret them and pick them up because my rules changed. But I think that's the one. Hopefully, sticking to long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and to that point, to be honest with you, I think it's really, really important to have like parameters and rules, and more than anything, like a focus on what you want from the get go. For me, we'll start my slides not yet, but I'll say this: like one of my goals from the beginning, and I might do my own video on or my own video on my channel on this, just to dive deep into the buybacks. But you
Mhm.
remember that was like one of my goals to do like there was like 5 specific cards from 94 Fleer X-Men. I wanted them in 9 5s or 10s, the base card, like you mentioned. And I wanted, the buybacks, I just wanted them raw. They're numbered. So I don't really care too much about what the grade's going to be.
Yeah.
But that was an insane goal. Even for quote unquote as early as we got into Marvel, we were still pretty late, in comparison to the OGs.
The sketch cards we missed out on.
I think that's the main thing we missed out on
Yeah.
is the crazy sketches.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we go to my first slide, same thing, kind of like what Doom's doing. I'm doing base cards at 9 5 or 10s. In this case, I love the artwork on this Wolverine. Kind of like what Doom was saying, that the artwork has to draw me in.
Yeah.
I love the colors on this. I love the gold stamp of the 30 years. It kind of goes with the BGS 95 gold label.
That's
Um,
dope.
so for that reason, I prefer this in the BGS slab over the PSA slab. Um, yeah, so this is again base cards 9 5 or 10. It's pretty easy. We'll go to the
Mhm.
next one. So for me, anything that's an insert, a promo, or just something like an SSP or an SP, I'm okay with it having just a mint copy. And this is another example of just a fun card that's a promo. This is a Chicken Purdue promo for 2002.
Mhm.
It's just in a mint copy. I don't think there's any 9 5s or, it just happens to be that even though I got a 9, there's no higher grades in this case. But even if there were higher grades, this is just a card that I'm okay having in a 9. And by the way, one thing before we go on, like the reason
Yeah.
I set up these parameters really was to kind of hedge against what happened with 90MU and like, them
Yeah.
getting super populated, like the pop reports growing crazy. So that's the reason why I want base cards and only 9 5s or 10s, because I don't know what the pop reports are going to look like in 5 years. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Keep the
that's the reason.
rarity there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Create rarity by grading, and then cards that are already rare, I'm okay just having them in mint condition, such as this.
Right.
So, and we'll
And
go on to the next one.
there's a couple other characters in this set, isn't there? Like these
Yeah,
promo sets?
yeah. It's all X-Men. You
Uh,
have like Storm, you have Cyclops, you have a team shot together.
uh,
Yeah, there's a couple
yeah.
different ones.
Those
It's
are
a dope
cool.
little set. And then this would be an example of a card that's just rare, so I'm okay with any grade that it gets. PMGs, Magneto
Hard
being
to
one of
get.
the characters I collect. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not huge on white suit because I've seen other renditions of it, and I didn't like it. But I'm a sucker for things with the handout. You know what I mean? Like,
Specifically Magneto too.
yeah. So that's why I specifically chose this over the 2013 Magneto, because I still got in early enough to pick up a red 2013 Magneto for under $500.
Mhm.
But I personally prefer this artwork over that. Now I know people argue and they say that the classic suit is better. I agree. I just
Yeah.
think this is a better pose.
And that white with the red really like
The
pops.
contrast, yeah, it
Yeah.
sets it off nicely, man.
And we've seen also like lately the latest annual Magneto white suit, the hologram, which looks crazy. Same is it white suit, right? Crazy.
Yeah, and we're gonna probably wait to release this until I get that card you just mentioned. But we'll keep going. Yeah.
Hey man, we gotta get people to trade with you,
No, yeah, no worries. Then we got Then we got like a grail level card, right? Where in
Oh
this
man,
example, it's Jim Lee's first pack pulled auto card
it
from
comic
1991.
images doesn't get enough love.
Yeah,
There's a lot of artwork from the X-Men run that Jim Lee drew, like
Wolverine, Punisher sets,
Weapon X.
Weapon X. Yep.
Uh,
So in this case, again, my copy is a BGS 85 with a 9 auto. And again, I'm not too much worried about the grade. I just thought it was the significance here. Again, being that it's the first pack pulled auto, Jim Lee. The artwork is Jim Lee artwork of the X Men. It's dope. It's not the highest resolution, I would say, for a
no,
photo,
that's the
but
thing
it's
about comic
nostalgic.
images. Yeah, it's a little low res, so it
Mhm.
looks kind of choppy at something, but it is the artwork from the actual comics.
Yeah, and it has like a
This one,
retro vibe.
yeah, this one I don't know if it's a splash page from a comic or not. But the auto's on the back. It's just like straight up white and then like a blue signature, right?
Yeah, blue, thicker signature in comparison to
Like a
how he
Sharpie
signed
or something.
the
Yeah.
Sharpie ones. Yeah,
But the
so
only thing I don't like about this image, there's no storm. What's going on? My
yeah,
girl,
so
this disrespect is crazy.
so I also do like the image that Doom showed of the rainbow for the Diamond Doom and the Emerald and Ruby. That's my rainbow. I also do that as well. He blessed me with the Emerald and the Diamond. He had a Duke's Diamond and the Emerald is when he switched up his own rules. I was like, yo,
Yeah,
I'll take the green, you know.
yeah.
And I had the Ruby already. Funny story about that rainbow that
Oh
most
yeah.
people don't know. Just to give you guys again just some backstories. I first acquired the Ruby from the Ruby set I purchased from Yates that I mentioned before,
Yeah.
and that's numbered 4 out of 50. Doom acquired the Emerald from Collection Kings.
Shout out
That's
Collection
number
Kings. Yeah.
Yep, that's number 4 out of 100. And
Which
then
I
he
didn't
picked up.
know. When
Yeah, we didn't know until they got here with me. I checked the backs and I was like, they're all fours. The diamond is number 4 out of 10. Doom decided randomly to keep his diamond, which is numbered 7 out of 10,
yeah.
and he mailed me over the 4 out of 10.
I
So
I believe that one I bought on eBay a couple months ago for 250 when it randomly popped up.
mhm. So pretty much I ended up with all fours and they came from different sources, which is
That's
to me it's super crazy.
crazy.
To me, it just it's meant to be, but that's just me being superstitious, I guess. And we'll go to the next one. Another
Oh
way that
wow,
I mentioned
wow.
before.
Shit, wow, all this shine. It's crazy.
I mean, you just got to throw it out there sometimes. But this is when I want to pick again. I've said this before. When I just want to do a trio of a certain character and just go after his or her best cards, in my opinion. I know this is going to sound biased, but the Royal 4 out of 10 is proof that I'm not lying. Because that's a crazy card. Uh, I don't enjoy the PMG for this character personally. So the
Mm,
Royal Foil in this case, if you also know, for Miles, 2017 Flair Retro or Flair Ultra Spider-Man, excuse me, was
mhm.
the first year he had any card out of 10, which was the PMG and the Royal Foil, both first year out of 10 for Miles.
That's wild.
So I chose the out of 10 over the PMG, right? And then the Jade out of 88, that's from 2019 Flair. Uh, that doesn't have any other card. So
There's no parallel for that one.
there's no parallel exactly. So
No.
those are very similar in comparison to like the 75th Gold Borders. Very close in rarity. When one's out of 75, the other one's out of 88. And then obviously the jambalaya. That's in my opinion the best jambalaya from the set from 2017 is the
It,
Miles.
this is also part of our collecting rules because we both like to display it. You think of trios. I don't necessarily think of trios, but when I display on my Instagram, yeah, you put them in like this one, like the center card is a close up, left and the right are zoomed out in their poses. Like when I do display them on my Instagram, I am thinking of how can I fit three at a time, and
Hmm.
there's if one stands out in the middle. How you play with that, it just makes it fun in collecting. So
And look, for whatever reason, it just happened to work out aesthetically as well. Because if you notice, the Royal 4 out of 10 is the 9, and then the other two cards are both PSA 8s.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
So it's
That
all
is
evened
crazy.
out. Like, yeah, it's a cool little trio. This is a trio, by the way. Fun fact, but my daughter's favorite card is that Miles Royal Foil. I show
Wow,
her all my cards, and
that's
maybe
hers.
she's a 3-year old, but she's She obviously, I think it's because it's gold and shiny. She's drawn to it.
Has she seen Miles Morales like movie or
Yeah,
something? Yeah.
yeah. She
Okay.
watches the Amazing Spider-Man and Friends.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they have the little, a little. I wouldn't say toddler, but they're like what, like elementary school kids that are like Spider-Man.
Right.
And then you got Gwen, Spider-Man, and Miles, and they're a little trio. And she
Okay.
prefers Miles over the Gwen.
Because of the Jordans. They gotta be the
I,
Jordans.
she
Do
don't
they
know
even
about the Jordans.
wait? Do they even show Jordans on like Disney?
No, I don't think they do.
Oh, see, that's
We'll
kind of
probably
whack.
touch on a fun card with Miles and Jordan some other time. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but by the way, your daughter has great taste.
thank you,
Just
man. I
want to say
appreciate
that.
it. Yeah,
Expensive. It should
yeah,
worry you a bit.
yeah. I mean, knock on wood. Hopefully, family emergencies or anything happen. That will require me to sell off that card. But yeah,
Sure.
so that's kind of like what I stick to myself, man. I stick to, again, nine fives and tens for base, nines for promos and inserts or SSPs or SPs, Grail, what I consider at least a Grail, any
Mm.
grade, and yeah, I mean that's it, man. It's pretty simple, to be honest with you. The kind of the
Yeah,
parameters we stick to.
we simplified the rules over time. I definitely haven't. People who talk to me along the way, I've switched around a couple times.
Yeah,
But you know, sometimes it's necessary, especially just to, you know, I don't want to overspend on stuff that I'm not competing with anyone else. It's just
mhm,
there, and like I'm the only one collecting it. So on stuff like that, I'll still pick up some stuff that I'll put it in my binder because I have a copy of each.
mhm.
But I can wait like the long game until the seller drops it and drops it and drops it, drops and drops the price.
Yeah, yeah. And binders, yeah. We'll make another video on binder collections. Those are fun as well. But yeah,
Mm.
that pretty much concludes this topic we wanted to touch on, which is just like our rules of collecting.
Yeah,
Personally,
let us know your collecting rules. Maybe we can use it, and apply it to us because you know, s- not enough people talk about this publicly, and it'd be
yeah.
nice to hear perspectives on it.
And also on that note, if you guys could leave a comment on what topics you would like us to discuss that
Yeah,
maybe we haven't thought about ourselves, we'd appreciate that.
for sure. Well, see y'all
So,
later, people.
have a good one.